Okay. Gina, let me ask you, what's going on now in your fighting world? We're going to talk about your gladiator appearance on NBC a little later on, but what about the fighting world? When's Gina Carano going to be back swinging again in action for real?
Not soon enough, really. I can't wait to get back. But, you know, I originally did the American Gladiators thing to help bring in a crowd to female fighting and watching me on Elite XC. So I might be doing another season of American Gladiators in March and April, and then right after that, I'd love to jump into a fight.
What about women's MMA? We've talked about that several times before. As far as, I'm guessing, the number of really good fighters out there that would be comparable to you to come up with good matchups and have solid undercards. Is that a problem? Is it better? Are there fighters out there that we just don't know about in the MMA world?
Yeah, there is a lot of fighters, actually, and I think that Elite XC wanted to get me some, you know, experience, because at the time when I signed with them, I was only 3-0. And so now I've got, you know, 2, you know, fights under my belt with them. So I think that, you know, we've got Tara La Rosa and Amanda Buckner. And I know you guys had Lucia Riker on or something like that, which is just amazing that my name even came out of her mouth. Like, that's just a compliment. So, I mean, if more of these women, like, want to get into it, I'm all game.
See, but we think all roads lead through you. Seriously, when Lucia was on, we talked who would be the obvious fight if you're looking for a fight that would either get a pay-per-view audience or get on HDNet or bring a lot of publicity, and Gina Carano's name always comes up, doesn't it?
Yep, it always like you said, it's a good thing. They're 2 of the top.
Okay, several weeks ago, Boss and I will never forget this, welterweight Caro Parisian was on the show. He had these remarks about women and MMA that we thought you might want to hear again.
The cage is not for women, please. I mean, Gina Carano is a very beautiful girl. I don't know why she wants to mess her face up, get in that cage. But me personally, I do not want any girl to get in the cage and fight. I mean, come on. Do one thing. Can't they do one thing that guys do and they don't? Just one. I mean, give me a break. They do weightlifting, they do wrestling, not MMA. Please, it's too brutal for women. I'm not saying they can't do it. There's a lot of Gina Carano fights better than guys. The fight when she had when Henzo fought Frank Shamrock on that card, that was the best fight of the night. And thank God they had that fight. But I'm still going against it. I don't want girls to fight MMA. It doesn't look right. I love women so much. I don't want them to get hurt.
Good. Well, now, see, he pays you a compliment there, Gina.
Yeah.
He pays you a compliment.
What are my thoughts?
Yeah.
Well, guys can pee standing up. You know, we can't do that. So you guys can have that. But you guys can't have fighting.
Thank you. It's good to know that we
can
still
fighting.
do that. Thank you.
You guys can't have fighting all to yourselves because of this
We can't wait to rush to the urinal after this show, can we?
Because
you can have babies.
I know. So we're obviously different creatures, but one thing that, you know, I think women are great fighters, and like training just to train is a completely different thing than living a lifestyle of a fighter, and that just like, why would anybody want to restrict somebody from doing something that they're passionate about and a way of life? It kills me, and I can't even believe it's actually a question. If we want to fight, we're fighting, guys.
Oh, I'm on your side.
Yeah.
Me too. You didn't hear my comments.
But Carl's a nice guy, though. He came to the gym, and he was very...
Well, he was.
I didn't say anything bad, I swear.
You know, he said you were very attractive. You know, I'm not trying to matchmake, even though this is Valentine week. It's not my business. And I will say this, when you agree, women pretty much control the romance here. I mean, guys think they control the romance. Women control the romance.
I don't know. It's got to be equal, man. It's got to be equal.
Okay. Well, that sounded sexist, didn't it? Thanks for jumping in and helping me.
Boss, this is the quietest
They control.
Thank you. Thank
what
you,
I mean
friend.
with that.
Yeah, I was ready. You got a cramp in your hand. I thought that meant you had a cramp in your hand. Okay, now I got it. But I never knew what that meant. Okay, now, but I mean, seriously, if you like, say, basketball, for example, watch Tennessee-Rutgers women's basketball game this week. That was a heck of a game, decided in the final seconds. I've called men's basketball games. I've called women's basketball games. I think good competition and good matchups always make it interesting, Kim. Yeah. I mean, no matter who it is. If it's competitive, that's the thing, I think.
Yeah, and if you appreciate the sport and you appreciate what these athletes go through, men, women, or kids, we have a 6- and 8-year-old that come to the gym that work harder than the pros do. You know, and they're there twice a day, and they go through everything. I mean, I have respect for anybody that steps in there and puts that work in.
You want to weigh in on this, champ?
I come from a long combative sports background, and have friends that were on the judo team that are females, and know plenty of female wrestlers that are pursuing their Olympic aspirations, and I think combative sports is a great outlet. I don't care what your sex is; it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and you know, and really, like Parisian said you had the best fight of the night that night, Gina.
Oh,
He said you had the best fight of the night.
Yeah, thank you. And there's plenty of other females out there like me. You know, I'm pretty popular right now, but there's a whole world of us out there.
Okay.
And we just want to let Carl know that there's plenty of women out there for him. So he doesn't have to go with a female fighter. There's plenty other fish in the sea for Carl.
Oh, poor Carl.
No, Carl's a sweetheart, though. He's a sweetheart. And, you know, if people don't want to watch it, then they don't want to watch it. You know, it's not their taste to see somebody, you know, a female get in the cage. Don't watch. But there's a lot of other people that love to watch it.
I've seen females in the cage, and sometimes fighting, and I love it. Yeah. Personally, but that's just me.